particular thing of frustration and anything. The moment if you in your faith, when you say that there is no condemnation, all the cells become 1 second right. The moment you say there is condemnation for you and you go into condemnation, the cells come to know that they are condemned and it produces disease, it produces frustration, it produces many wrong things. So I am saying this. This has been proven to science, to scientific. If people do not even think about biblical things, I want to tell you about scientific things. Science has proven this fact. The moment you are condemned, I want this to be going deep in your heart. The moment you are condemned, the moment you take the condemnation yourself, your cells comes together and says, this man is condemning himself. Let's produce disease. Let's produce frustration. Let's produce something. This is all your inside cell says. The moment you say there is no condemnation, your cell says he is at the right track. Let's go off. Let's try to be normal with this guy. It's your cells which decide many things about it. It's your cells which decide many things about it. People I want you all to say, I want you to be very careful with this thing. Don't take any condemnation. People say you are an evil person, you have done something wrong, if you are this, you are that. Don't take condemnation. When I was looking at this woman whom people are condemning, Jesus looked at this woman and says, no longer I do condemn you. Go and sin no more. I like this very beautiful line. No longer I do condemn you. Go and sin no more. What does the word woman represent? Always say for many people, the word woman represents the church. The God is saying for churches, no longer I do condemn you. Go and sin no more. We know why churches doing sin. Why many churches are backsliding churches. You know why? Because they tell people, first you get proper, then we will not condemn you. First you become alright, then we will not condemn you. This is a thing of churches. That's why churches are bad. But you know what Jesus says? First, I no longer condemn you. Go and sin no more. First, God says, I will give you the gift of no condemnation. Then you can go and sin no more. But the churches have been reversed. Churches say, first you behave properly, then I will not condemn you. You should not fight, so I will not condemn you. You should not give bad words, so I will not condemn you. You will not rob, then we will not condemn you. If you rob, you are condemned. If you do something wrong, you are condemned. If you play a fool, you are condemned. This is what the church is the human setup. What the religious law says. The moment you do wrong, you are condemned. The moment you do this thing, you are condemned. The moment you do that thing, you are condemned. But you know what Jesus says? Jesus is not going to approve the sin. This is the approve the sin of this woman. But Jesus knew one thing, that he is going to die for his person. That he is going to die for his person. That Jesus came to know that he is going to die for his woman. That he is going to get condemned for his woman. Jesus knew this thing, that he is going to get condemned for his woman. So Jesus gave a gift of no condemnation to his woman. I give you a gift of no condemnation. Go and sin no. Many times adultery was one of the biggest sin in those times. Adultery must have broken the heart of his husband, broken the heart of the same woman, broken the heart of most of the family members. Maybe even she has a child. Maybe if she had a child, it can even broken the heart of a child. Adultery has made a mess of this woman up and down. She has done these things which is very evil. Today, if anyone has adultery, we say he should not be in the church. He's a very evil guy. We know, and anybody is living in sin. We say always as if we are righteous people. This person should not come in church. He's a very evil guy. Don't take him. Don't take him. Don't take him. Many times we try to condemn people. People, I want to say one thing. Don't take any condemnation to yourself. Don't take any condemnation. When you receive the condemnation, you go at the same place. You'll be at the same place where we have started. I know about two persons who betrayed. There was two persons. One person who denied Jesus, and one person who betrayed Jesus. I know that both the guys. Both of them were condemned actually. Both of them were condemned. One guy said, "Let me go back to fishing," because he knows he had denied Jesus Christ. Because God only called him come out of the fishing and just follow me. He just went back to his fishing because he knew he was condemned. There was a man called Judas. He was condemned. The moment he was condemned, he went and hanged himself. And one of the things, if he hardly knew, if he knew this thing, within 2 hours, there's someone going to die for him, there's someone who's going to condemn for him, because I will live forever. It was just a matter of 2 hours. He knew he had done something wrong. He knew with deep down his heart that he did something wrong. But devil caught him right there. Devil said, "You have betrayed your master. You have no fit to be used. You need to kill yourself." And he killed him and he hanged himself. Many times people kill because they think we have not done enough. We have done so many things wrong. Let me tell you a story. There was a man of God. He recently started to know something about grace. He never knew about grace. So he used to preach a lot of times to many people. One day he got frustrated so much. He took a gun and told his wife, today I'm going out for hunting. I'm going to hunt rats. He laughed and he said, yeah, I'm going out to hunt rats. So his wife comes and hugs him and gives this man a kiss. He says, darling, surely you go and you come back. This man goes out. There's a firing. I don't know how to make a gun noise. There's a fighting, I don't know how to make a noise there. There's a fighting. This woman thinks that this man, this is the real story I'm saying. This woman thinks that this man has just killed a rat. There was a fighting. When she comes outside, she sees this man has killed himself, and he's there at that point. And he sees a letter in his hand. You know what does the letter says? I tried to do everything, but I couldn't do. I'm a preacher, he told. I wouldn't tell people, you do this, you do that, but I never did it. I try to tell people, don't fool, but I fool. I try to tell people, don't steal, but I steal. I try to do everything, but I fail. Traffic no longer to be a human being, to kill himself. Well, I want to say this thing from this example. Maybe devil can bring you the same accusation too. He can say an accusation, you're faithful and nothing. You are a useless guy, you are a useless person, you don't know anything. Your past relationship, it was very bad. See that what kind of, you call yourself as a believer, call yourself as a righteous person, see your past relationship. This is what devil says. This is not what I am saying. What devil says actually. See your past relationship, see your this, see your that. See, you are so cool person. See, you have done this wrong, see you have done that wrong. And people really think, yeah, really, it's really very true. I have done this thing wrong. I have done this thing wrong. And they try to condemn the truth. When devil gets a condemnation, he can do anything with it. When he has got your root, he can pull out the full tree out of your life. When he has got the root. So people are going, I want to say you this thing, when I was reading the book of John, chapter 8, there's something which really opened my eyes. I want to say you this thing, When these people brought this woman to Jesus, and I was thinking for a lot of years that these people brought this woman to accuse. I'm sorry, let me get this point very clear. No, I